What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 35 of my Total Warhammer II modded Thorek campaign. So as we saw last time, the tide of undead broke through to the southern portion of the map where we have held Lustria, and we have been trying just to hold them back. Haven't taken too much territory with the exception of Itza itself, around where we are just about to fight a pretty darn cool army. So this will be a damn interesting fight. Otherwise, before we get this going, and it will be a cinematic battle, since we do have a ton of Mourngulls and Rotting Leviathans and Syrenes, I do expect it to be an interesting army, especially with the medium casualties even against Thorek's army. I just want to point out that this is the 35th episode in the series, and therefore a 5th episode, or a multiple of 5, and that's when I like to remind you guys to drop those likes and comments if you've been enjoying this particular Let's Play, want to see it continue on the regular schedule, yada 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 yada, and you know, want to watch it all the way to the end. Otherwise, that's all I gotta say. I think I forgot to do it last time, so it's been a while, so I hope everybody at least appreciates that. Alrighty, let's get to it. Once again, maybe we'll use these guys sacrificially, as we tend to do. Try to keep our Ironbreakers alive, especially the ones that are now tired. Too bad they don't have perfect vigor. Oh well, let's get to it. Alrighty, here we go. A very interesting army matchup, and it's one that's kind of making me regret going for Thungni instead of Smednir, as we would then have an entire magical damage army. It just doesn't really work so much with the runesmiths, I guess. Now, we can see this army deployed here, but when I actually launched the game, I couldn't see any of these units at all. Only the Rotting Prometheans, all of the Syrenes and all of the Mourngull Haunters, obviously, were hidden. We can see the hidden stat on them. Is there a way to enable, like, hidden for the enemies? Like, hide hidden units? Although I guess we do want to be able to see where they're going. So yeah, really, we're only seeing the Rotting Prometheans. Otherwise, we do have a giant pile of Ironbreakers here, and we're going to try to basically blob them up and hope that they can survive long enough by themselves. Unfortunately, our own army is not able to help protect them, and we've got this frickin' hill thing that is in the way. I tried to start moving them down here, but, well, we'll see what happens in a few seconds. Any day now. Alright, well, they're still moving into position. We are starting to get some shots off with our range units. Of course, they're only hitting these Rotting Prometheans here, but that's once again because they're the only unit that we can see. Right? Right? Where artillery. I know you're firing, or you should be by now. They're still moving onto the field. Well, they'll fire in a second. There we go. They should start firing now. There. Alrighty, obviously they're not going to do much damage to these things. And finally, as we just tried to move down there, our troops get uncovered. 2 sets of Syrenes and Mourngulls against the Ironbreakers, which are unfortunately all physical, and the Syrenes don't even seem to care about explosions among them. We will try to defend with all 3 sets of units, and I am shocked and appalled at how effective these guys are. And oh, look at that magical support helping out the Mourngulls and ripping apart this unit of Ironbreakers down to about half HP in the first couple of seconds. And the other ones aren't really all that well off either, especially the Lord, just because they're going to be then get surrounded, and they can't really hurt the Syrenes without magical damage. I wish we had an ability that imbued magical damage for a few seconds. But I guess you would have had to have, like, Rune weapons in the first place. And I guess Ironbreakers just have standard non-rune weapons. Unfortunate for you there, Ironbreakers. You should get some better axes. And also, these are just regular Mourngulls, not Mourngull Haunters. I keep confusing Mourngulls and Mourngull Haunters. But yeah, moving invisible and then attacking, applying your... I believe they do have armor-piercing damage because they are monstrous infantry, and they do tend towards that sort of thing. Yes, indeed, they do. Now, finally, the enemy main force is moving towards us. We do have Thorek out front here. I sent him out front to try to scout, to essentially spot the enemy because we knew the entire army was hidden. In addition to that, we're sending all 3 of of our runesmiths, Thorek's minions, I suppose, here, because we know that they automatically do magic damage, so if we can get them close enough to the Sirens, we might be able to save these Ironbreakers, who, wow, I never actually saw how surrounded they are, because this unit, these units were all actually hidden. I think this one was visible, but the rest were hidden, so that's not so great. Let's take a quick gander at the artillery support that's coming in on these rotting Prometheans. Hey, they've taken about, I don't know, 40% damage, 30% damage, something like that. Not too bad. I mean, considering these artillery pieces are not really meant for this sort of thing, right? Keep on firing. The army is moving a little bit forward, and we've now uncovered these Sirens and the Morngul Haunters here suddenly among our forces. What we can't see, however, is these units and these units. They're all hidden, and they're moving around like this, just like these guys are. We don't know it yet, or at least I don't know it at the time that I'm playing this, that we're in a much more precarious position than it seems. And the Dwarven army is notoriously immobile, so it could get very, very bad very quickly. Fortunately, now that we can see these guys, at least we can fire on them. Same with the Sirens here, who are taking quite a bit of damage, although I suspect that it is more so the splash damage magical attacks than it is all the range fire coming in here. These guys are now going to, I think, get focused as well. Oh, and then they tried to move away after getting focused a little bit. I think they actually disappeared for a second and then came back in. It was a clever little move by the AI. I don't think it was on purpose, but clever it was nonetheless. And then, of course, they go back in, which a little bit less clever. They do, however, also attack the miners, which does not matter because they are one of our sacrificial units. The other Sirens are moving around. I think we spotted this one. Yeah, it's not hidden anymore. But these ones still are, and there's even a bloated corpse moving through the trees. So our artillery is all in danger. Speaking of danger, our poor Ironbreakers, yeah, the ones that got magic support on them also had that Soul Blight on them, and then the Morngul Haunters decided, or Mornguls rather, regular Mornguls, not Haunters. They don't haunt things, they're not ghosts, like the Sirens are, although it would have been a nice matchup. Yeah. And now the Ironbreakers holding a little line of ground, and I don't like the look of that. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I guess you don't really want to hold a blob like this. Good job to the AI taking advantage of that, though. Although I suppose... yeah, I'm just wondering whether it would have actually been beneficial to spread these guys out or not. Kind of an interesting question. Interesting as well, the AI takes advantage of the fact that these Ironbreakers are running away and actually goes to chase them down rather than continuing to kill and surround these poor Ironbreakers. We also do have to remember that they were in March stance, so they're a little bit more hurt than they normally would be. Otherwise, Thorek is just fine. He is starting to, well, I mean, he's done an okay job identifying the enemies. Our artillery is also not doing too much. They are firing at this unit of zombie-powered gunnery mob, but there's not a lot of enemies on the field that we can damage other than that unit and this deckhands mob. A really good ambush by the AI here. I really like those. I can see why the AI decided to take this battle, even though it would mean the loss of the army. Morngul's moving in, looking pretty cool, attacking some of our range units, and Sirens also moving in to attack our artillery. We are also obviously going to counter that with our own melee units, just to hold these guys and prevent them from doing too much damage and killing our precious level 9 grudge throwers. A pretty cool battle, though. Like, it's a lot more spread out. Once again, we didn't get that boxy formation, which made it nicer. Ooh, and the range focus on those Mornguls takes them down. Same with these Sirens. The magical damage coming in from this Runesmith breaks them apart. And these Sirens, and I just missed it, but you can still see the after effects here. We hit both sets of Sirens with the Rune of Wrath and Ruin. I wasn't actually expecting the Rune of Wrath and Ruin to do a lot of damage to them, considering they have a lot of physical resistance, and as I understand misunderstood it. Somebody said it was physical damage and not magical, but they got ripped apart. Like, the unit basically died after being hit by it, which just completely surprised me, which shouldn't have happened. I mean, oh, maybe it's because they don't have any armor at all, and even with 75% physical resistance, it's still a maximum hit, minus 75%, I take it, because of their lack of armor. Complete and utter lack of armor. So I assume that's why they got so badly beat up. Anyway, back to it. We do have the Lord coming in now. Unfortunately, Thorek is here to fight him. All the rotting Prometheans as well are... Oh, and hello. What if... Oh, the bloated corpse. Oh, you are... You're gonna hit Thorek, but we also have a bunch of dwarf warriors nearby, which is not so great. There we go. And I wonder how many of those are gonna die. A lot of dwarven warriors are gonna die. Oh man, well done to the AI for bringing that bloated corpse around the tree so we couldn't focus it with our range units. I think that might have deleted a unit outright. Yeah, I think this unit is done for. Oh, and that's one of our... Huh. Oh, I remember after the commentary, after this battle was over, wondering what the hell happened to this unit. And I think I even say it out loud, or I will in a few seconds, kind of traveling in the past here. Oh, man, or the future? I don't know. Well, the past, yeah, that makes more sense. This is starting to confuse me myself. Anyway, the Morngul Haunter, or Morngul regulars, are chasing down our Ironbreakers, and unfortunately, they will get destroyed. These guys will survive, but just by virtue of the units of runesmiths protecting them with their extra magical damage. Thorek does manage to take down the enemy lord, especially once it cleared up all the extra units that prevented them from dueling each other by, you know, exploding. And otherwise, it's just a matter of killing off all these rotting Prometheans and making sure that the rest of these Sirens die. And one more Rune of Wrath and Ruin on these guys. I purposely moved it far enough away from the units, though, so that we didn't accidentally kill our own units. So it didn't do all that much damage, but still did a decent amount. Not nearly as much as the other times, but that was in the middle of a blob, and here there was no one there, so... Just a little bit more splash would have done it, but unfortunately it seemed like the center of their formation was just large enough for that not to hit them. Alrighty, and with that, the balance of power shifts completely in our favor. The enemy lord is dead, the enemy units are crumbling, and the range firepower should finish off all the little hermit crabs that are left on the map. They are all going to crumble away, though the enemy should be proud of itself for dishing out the damage that it did in a pretty cool battle. At least Thorek stood strong. There we go, and those were the last units sped. Oh no, not even gonna be able to speed it up. A decisive victory, although we did lose a couple units. And oh man, after toting those Ironbreakers all the way here, recruiting them for 3 turns, moving them for like 6 turns. Damn you, AI, damn you. Well done. Alrighty, so out of that I learned one extremely irritating fact. Sirens and Morguls pretty good against Ironbreakers. We lost one of the damn units we spent so long recruiting. We're gonna have to get another one. Oh well, it looks like these 2 warriors aren't gonna be leaving this army quite yet, but at least we'll still have 4 Ironbreakers. Damn. Damn. But otherwise, we didn't lose too many units, mostly the sacrificial garrison units, although we somehow managed to lose a dwarf warrior unit. I guess I would have just sort of spread those units among these 2 when these Ironbreakers will place them anyway, but still, an annoyance, certainly. There we go, at least we've taken out some of their armies. I do wonder if you're going to attack us now. Hopefully not. No, you're gonna run away again. Oh, he's just gonna keep moving between hidden encampment and off. Wait, what? So our characters can still replenish. It's just all of our... Really? It's like... Oh, that is so irritating. It says constant casualty replenishment rate minus 20%. Oh, I guess it's on all characters, i.e. it's on the Lord, which is in his army. Oh. I see how it is. That's irritating. Alright, Scheme of Doom performed, Settlement Besieged. Settlement Besieged quick attacks as well. Oh, right. Well, good luck with that. Let's see. Got some stuff out of that, so okay, you definitely don't need a freaking post. Yeah, you don't need any of this really. Don't need that. Don't need that. Is there anything you do need though? None of this. So well, income from post-battle loot might be worthwhile if it actually works on a hero like that. You can have this. You can powder maker. Duroc Stone Shadow. You don't need a powder maker. You know who needs a powder maker? This guy. You have not started recruiting these yet, and therefore you can get your powder maker, and you're going to start recruiting them next turn. Where's that powder maker? And I just said powder maker like 5 times, and now it sounds weird to me. Alrighty, there you go. Cancel these guys, just gotta remember to recruit them next turn. At least we have money now. Speaking of... You can't heal. We can hit Quetzal and take it over ourselves very easily. Although you would not... Now you'd still be able to follow. We could also try to go for Axolotl, although we could hit Quetzal out of Axolotl. The question is, will these guys... I mean, that's a lot of clan rats. Ooh, the Death Runners, that's going to be an issue. Oh, and plus they could claw. We could try moving over here. I do wonder, would they be close enough to defend Axolotl? They would. They're essentially probably willing to sacrifice it, eh?
Tried and tested.
Is Quetzal a better take here? The question is, what's in Lanwapek? If it's a full stack, this doesn't really give us anything. And Itza can't be... Oh, the walls are at level 3. Damn, I screwed that up a little bit. Let's get Makaz Ungor here for the public order. What's your... Yeah, you generate like no cash right now, Itza, sorry. Don't need to bother with that. Damn it, I guess we're gonna rebuild this once we have... Wait, we can't even do that. So what the hell do we do here at Itza? Build another one of these just for more runesmiths. And just start on it. Itza's got a lot of buildings it can build after all. We could also make it a military hub, but later on this place is going to be making a ton of cash. And we do need to build the emerald pools here. You know what? Start on this, I think. Doesn't really give us much here, but hey, it gives a runesmith garrison. It allows longbeards to be recruited all the way over here, which is not a bad thing. Oh wait, I think it's only longbeards. It unlocks them, not allows them to be built, I think. Not quite sure. Anyway, well, let's build that right there.
Summon me if you...
And I'm still on the fence about what to do with you. If we go to Quetzal, what if there's a full stack there? What if they just pull the exact same thing again?
If you want something done right...
You know what we should do? We should move you... We could walk you here, but then this is all attrition territory. Damn, this attrition territory. It's going to be so hard to deal with just because of that. Is Quetzal part of this? It is. It is part of this territory. I would love to get the entire territory. Alrighty, so I think what we'll do is this. We're going to move you here. We're going to take you, and we're going to stance you to none, and then we're going to transfer our Ironbreakers to Thorek while he's like this. I don't think he's going to switch stances. Yeah, no, he's fine. He's fine. Then you can just move back and not really do anything else because you're basically done. Do we even need you? What kind of lord are you? Fleet-footed. You know what? Let's leave you in Itza for now, just in case it needs to defend itself. And I guess we'll give you the buffs there. Oh, you have Mason, eh? You know what? While you have Mason, that's not a bad idea. In fact, let's get you some more Untainted. Iron-willed, casualty replenishment rate plus 30% for lords. That would really help the other one. Casualty for attrition, Lord's Army, alert. Hey, you know what? Just go for pure beard. It's like purebred, but beard. Pretty funny. Pretty funny, devs. I see what you're doing. Alrighty, Thorek. Well, hopefully you can hit this without immediately being attacked by a bunch of these guys. Obviously, the sirens are definitely a threat. You leveled up, my friend. Level 9. Oh, and we don't have items for you guys yet. Ooh, in fact, do we have any more of those fire rings? They were working quite well. No, we don't have any more. Damn, I was hoping to get more of these. Wait, can we forge those? I would love to forge some. They, especially against sirens, they're quite effective. Banner runes, character runes, these would be enchanted items. Protector's spyglass. No, none of that. Gatekeepers, belt, prospector, spyglass, ironbeards, bracers. Bracers of evasion 33 seconds, ward save constant, self-active if losing melee combat. Yeah, there's no magical assault thing. So the only one is the Scepter of Stone, which does a free armor-piercing bombardment with magical damage, which is swell, except the fact that we can't forge any of the good stuff yet. Damn. Well, that's a crying shame. And I think runesmiths automatically always have magical damage, so we don't need to give them magical weapons. Which is why I was sending them against sirens in the first place. Alrighty, well, you leveled up and I forgot to give you... Ooh, sharpened weapons. So you're at level 2 sharpened weapons now, so I just want to check. Thorek's army. Yeah, it's +8 now. +8. Lovely. At least that's working out. Alrighty, who else needs to do stuff? What an interesting campaign, I gotta admit. Do we send you out here? We can't siege this while we're not full health. Oh, what are you building? You know what, maybe stay here while this guy keeps recruiting. He can recruit another unit. 1, 2, 3... Oh, he can't recruit Longbeard. No, he can't.
For the wisdom of Falea.
Do we attack like this as we currently are? Or do we just sit here for another 2 turns? Damn that unseasonable weather. I mean, if we're gonna recruit stuff here, we have to do it now. That's the thing, because of what we got going on. We could build some regular rangers. We're out of Bugman's rangers, but I feel like regular quarrelers might be superior. Kind of hard to say. Wait, can you let's compare this. So quarrelers are -10 melee defense, a little bit more armor. Oh, so they're actually a little bit better at defending, a little bit less range, a little bit, just a tiny bit less weapon or missile strength. So I don't know. I feel like if they're going to be taking damage, we're better off not using rangers. But, well, I mean, using Bugman's rangers and quarrelers in combination, perhaps. Yeah, that's fine. This is fine as it is, then. We don't need to recruit anybody else here, I guess. Okay, okay. Works for me. You're not going to get attacked this turn. We never pieced out with you, did we? I don't even remember. I tried. Yeah, you don't want to. You're going to die for this. I mean, you would have died anyway, but... You're gonna also die for this. You're gonna die for many reasons. Let's see who we have here. Dimzad, you still can't heal up, and is Malice around? No, we're still looking fairly good. Who's under siege here? Looks like a Clan Moor's settlement is under siege. You guys are sort of hanging around, but I don't think you can attack the tip of Lustria, as you currently are anyway. You move back here far enough away from the Citadel of Dusk so that they can't land and immediately attack you. In fact, mate, move closer here so that you can go into the tip of Lustria, should you need to. Truth Teller, you're good where you are. Let's steal some tech double time. Critical fail. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well then. You're wounded, right? Wait, is he? Yeah, he's wounded, not dead. We could immediately get a new one, can't we? No, we can't, because that guy's... Oh. I wish we could just say, okay, well, you got wounded, you're now fired. At least you didn't die. You could actually go into Thorek's army. We could respec you right now and put you into Thorek's army if we really wanted to. And replace a dwarf unit, or like a dwarf warrior unit with you. Definitely a possibility, but I don't think I'm gonna right now. I mean, he is maxed out. He does have 2 dwarf warriors, but that's fine. They'll just get replaced later on with 2 more Ironbreakers, most likely, or 2 hammerers if I'm feeling like it's necessary, or 1 more Ironbreaker and then another artillery piece or another quarreler or something. I feel like we can manage with 5, as well as the considerable number of runesmiths that we've got. Although the engineer would help all this. I'll think about it. We do have this guy is an anti-Skaven engineer after all. Thagaraki Slayer, plus 15% weapon strength for all units in army. The only problem with this is it's only weapon strength. It's not missile strength. So that makes it kind of a lot more meh. You don't also need this. Dwarf and Tattooist, eh? Yeah, you know what? I don't think you need that. You know what? Keep it, keep it. Everybody can use a Dwarven Tattooist. They're some of the best tattooists. It is known. Gradnar Silverhorn, you are going to stay here and you are going to continue recruiting. Let's get 3 more of these guys. There you go. While recruiting is cheap, we might as well do it. In fact, you know what? Maybe we can stock up. Miners, well, no, I'd rather have Dwarf Warriors than Miners, although I really would probably even more so have more Quarrelers. Just get Quarrelers then. Alrighty, happy with that, or at least reasonably happy with that. What do we got over here? Alright, we're switching to more recruitment next turn. Okie dokie, and I don't believe anybody else needs to move unless I'm mistaken. Skaldor, you are probably going to get attacked soon. You are going to keep traveling. You are under siege. What is this? Mysterious Island? Yes, do it.
For the ancestors.
Farsight? Another Dwarven Tattooist. Move in here. Another one of these mysterious islands. Improving a little bit. Shiny boots and fresh recruits, a little bit of cash. And look for more of that free stuff. Alrighty, well, I'm reasonably happy with that. Now, Hugrim Red Axe, I don't think we need to move anybody else unless I'm mistaken. I really just want our units to start frickin' healing. What are we for time here? Not a lot of time left. You know what? Let's set up, just in case this guy gets attacked, I think we need to set up the items for these guys. So here we go. Let's just do this real quick. Hand weapon. Do you need power? Wait, do we already have a brass cleaver? You do have a brass cleaver. +8 melee attack for all allies, although I feel like maybe we should probably do it on multiples of these units. It's not like they're ever going to... I mostly want the 8 melee attack to help the Ironbreakers, right? We don't really care about them doing that much damage, so the Fencer's Blades might not be all that great. Yeah, so let's do another brass cleaver. Let's give you... do we have glittering scales? Yes, we do. And what do you have, by the way? Oh, yeah, you have Thorek's Rune Armor. Yeah, okay. And you have a brass cleaver as well. Ooh, you know what? Brass Cleaver is great, +8 melee attack, but you have 77 melee attack, and maybe we can give you a better weapon, like the Sword of Bloodshed, make you hit harder. Like so. I mean, we're going to replace all this stuff later anyway, and then give all of you a Brass Cleaver. There we go. Then... Whoa, what the hell? 35, you've got some kind of reduction? Is it Ancestral Blood Thungni? I don't think so. Weird. Choir Master, you know what? I feel like we should probably put Dwarven Tattooists and Choir Masters on all of these guys, so wherever Thorek goes, there's a massive amount of Untainted going in, because he's going to be conquering stuff, it might as well all be Untainted as well. Enemy Siege holdout time from Sappers, you know what? Why not? I don't see that being too useful, but you never know when we could run into a situation where it is. You, Sapper. Huh, would be nice if we got some more students, but oh well. Another Dwarven Tattooist, and we're out of Sappers as well. Yeah, not a lot of these followers, man. So many heroes that we just can't give stuff to. Alright, you have the Master Rune of Flight, the Master Rune of Spite, lovely, and the Master Rune of Luck, although maybe we change up the Master Rune of Spite and give it to another hero. But anyway, let's fix up these things. Enchanted items. We could give you Masks of E. Silvern Horn of Vengeance. This would probably be better on charge bonus. Who the hell? Yeah, you're not going to get any value out of charge bonus. Crown of Command? Probably not. Fear and Terror. Fine, why not? Why not? Talisman. Magic resistance is not needed. Basically any other kind of resistance. We got tiny amounts. We could do an Opal Amulet. Dawnstone? Although I feel like that would be better on a Lord. You know, just go for a regular Talisman of Protection and then just go for... Do we waste lots and lots of glittering scales on these guys? I feel like I'm powering up this army too much at the expense of other armies, so maybe not. You do not have a shield, therefore Missile Parry is useless to you. I guess we'll just give you a Shield of Talos for now. And then, you know what? You can have a Gunnarsson Kron. I assume we don't have a second Gunnarsson Kron. And then, instead of the Dawnstone, you can have the Luckstone. Enchanted item. No Mask of E, and I'm not really... buying the Crown of Command being all that useful, and honestly none of the stuff is all that useful. We're just going to keep it as it is. Let's get you some extra melee defense, some extra ward save, And that's about it. I don't think you need the weapon strength because your weapon damage is basically non-existent in the first place. We need more character runes. That's what we need. You can have melee defense, and that's it. Yeah, we are out of character runes. We need a lot more. Too many ward saves on everybody else. Whatever. Whatever, not a huge deal. There isn't another Gunnarson's Quran. Yeah, no, there isn't. That's fine. Although I don't like the fact that we're not using the glittering scales on anybody. Do you? What do you have? You have the Trickster's Helm. Yeah, that's fine. Do you guys have brass cleavers? Yes. And no. Maybe we just give you the glittering scales. Double up on that. And then triple up on it later. -5 melee attack? Fine, just do it. Just do it. I'm happy enough. Alrighty, well that's that for you guys. Let's skip this. Hero not move. Oh, hero not. Unassigned settlement. Ugh. We might have to build some stuff. I'm gonna end the turn. I do expect the episode is going to start with this battle, though. Or next episode, rather. I just want to see if there's anything good that we can get mileage out of it. Yeah, Cavern of the Mexico, let's get that guard hall up and running. ASAP, we might as well get more trade goods, as we are relying on trade to keep our economy flowing. Imagine losing our 3.7k. That would really hurt. Alrighty, well, with that, let's end this turn, and let's see if somebody attacks, and if they do, we shall make sure to... Wait. We shall make sure... Wait, we moved this guy, yeah. We shall make sure to start that battle next episode. Let's go. Alright. Moment of truth once again. There's been many of them, but at least we're making headway. Not as much headway against the Skaven, I will admit, but plenty against the Awakened. We've been holding them back very well. Scryer is now going to attack. Awakened are going to attack. Valiant defeat, eh? Gonna be an interesting battle. They've got mortars and stuff, which we will somehow have to figure out a way to deal with, but that shall happen next time. So with that said, as always, I do appreciate any and all feedback with regards to the gameplay or the way I do things on this channel. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for a friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm. That is a lot of wizards. And thanks for watching.